Hey there, we are Dave and Ashley Willis with Marriage Today, and today we're going to talk about the power of love in marriage and how we can practically show love to our spouse.
That's right. And that word love, when you say it, 100 different people might give you 100 different definitions about what it really means. But love, the way God intended, it isn't just a fickle feeling that we fall into or out of. It's a commitment. It's rooted in commitment and in our actions. And yeah, feelings often come with it. They often follow. But love isn't a feeling. It's something so much more. And so we want to take just a few minutes and talk about how to put love into action in your own marriage. 3 very simple, very practical tips that you and I can do every day in our own marriages. And number 1 is listening. When you give your spouse your focused attention, you're communicating your love to them.
This is so true. And to be very honest with you all, I was not really a very good listener in the beginning of our marriage. And I kind of made the biggest mistake that I could make in the beginning that kind of made us crazy by thinking that Dave was going to be a mind reader of mine. And this made it pretty crazy in the beginning of our marriage. You know, I just kind of assumed he could read my mind, and I assumed that I could read his.
Like telepathic
Yes.
shots, and I'm like, I've got no idea what's going on. I'm not sure what you're thinking. You got to say it out loud.
It's true. And in the same way, I thought I could read his mind. So really, when he was talking to me, I wasn't really being a good listener. And I learned that this was madness. And so, you know, when we listen to our spouse, it's not just kind of pausing in conversation. It's actually tuning in and giving him or her the opportunity to share their thoughts and feelings and really listening to those and taking them into account. And when we do this, it cultivates more love in the relationship and more respect.
It absolutely does. Your listening communicates love almost more so than your words. Even though you need to with your words, you need to say, I love you. You need to tell your spouse specific attributes you love about them. But when you take the time to listen, it communicates your love loud and clear. But the other part of communication, which is number 2 on our list of how to love, is what you do with your words. And it's to be an encourager. Encouragement is number 2. Listening, then encouragement. Be your spouse's biggest encourager, not their biggest critic. Speak words of kindness, because the tone of your words will really shape the tone of your marriage.
It's so true. You know, I think so many marriages can kind of get stuck in a negative rut. And a lot of times it's because there haven't been words of encouragement between the two of them. Instead, it's been kind of these negative little things and little jabs they say to each other. So I just want to challenge you that, you know, take the time to think about things that your spouse is doing right and encourage them every day. Make it your mission to find something good they are doing and tell them about it.
You'll be amazed of what that simple thing will do to your marriage. I think that encouragement is maybe the greatest hidden superpower that we all possess that we don't use enough, especially in marriage. And if you'll be an encourager, if you'll wake up in the morning and say, man, I want to be a cheerleader of my spouse's strengths and not just somebody who's pointing out all their weaknesses. If you'll be an encourager, it'll do wonders for your marriage. All right, number 3, serve. Love in marriage requires a daily commitment to place the needs and desires of your spouse ahead of your own needs. When we selflessly serve, we're displaying love in its truest form.
It's so true. You know, I think so many times we can get so focused on our own schedule and our own needs and what we want in our marriage and in our life, but that's not what God called us to. God said that we need to be selfless. We need to serve one another. And when we do this, it just puts our marriage in the right place. And it shows our spouse that they matter, that we love them, that we're thinking about them. And it's best when we can serve without being asked to do so. You know, when we do this, it just shows that we've thought about what our spouse needs rather than what we need. And when we do serve one another, it just has, you know, so many benefits, and it really creates a deeper love between the two of us.
That's right. That's what love is putting the needs of someone else ahead of your own needs. And when you serve, that's what you're doing. And it's what Jesus did for us. He modeled this for us. He served. He even gave his life as an act of love.
Right.
And then he says, now husbands, I want you to love your wife with that same kind of selfless, sacrificial love. Man, what a high standard, but what a beautiful example our Savior has given to us. So if you want to unlock the power of love in your own marriage, do these 3 things consistently. Listen to each other, encourage each other, serve each other, and you'll be amazed at what happens as a result. Thanks for taking the time to watch this. We'll see you next time.